everybody. This is Unlocking the Magic, and today we are talking 5 things in the Disneyverse that you need to know.
All right. Not a news and update show, but kind of a news and update show. We're going to talk about some things you need to know in the Disney world and what we're excited about.
All right, let's
Or
start.
interested in.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we have to be interested in it in order to record it.
Right.
So that's number one.
But, we like talking about Disney. We like talking about movies and shows. So that's what we're going to do here on the YouTube channel and on the podcast is we're going to do these episodes, and it could be Disney, it could be Universal, it could be movies. We're just going to hang out. I think that's what people want. They want to be entertained, and they want to have a little bit of a escape from their day-to-day. And what are they looking forward to when it comes to vacations or something to watch?
Wait a minute, low expectations.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you're
key to life.
You're basically assuming what you think people want. Just stand by. Let's see.
Well, this is what I want.
Okay.
And hopefully people like it.
That's how we should describe these.
And we hope you like it.
Okay.
What's number 1?
Making a grand Disney Cruise Line debut. We're talking cruising right now. It's Deadpool in cruising. So Deadpool will be among the lineup of Marvel superheroes and villains taking the stage in Avengers Assemble. This is supposed to be an entertainment, obviously, experience. Will feature stunts and special effects during what they're claiming to be an action-packed battle of good versus evil.
It says during the show, guests will witness firsthand the unbelievable powers of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, Black Panther, the Scarlet Witch, Miss Marvel, Loki, Red Skull, Taskmaster, and more. How are they going to keep the ship together with all those powers on there?
There's a lot happening. I mean, just putting Black Widow there with, Miss Marvel, just a lot going on.
There's a lot going on there, but I don't know. What do you think of those shows on the cruise ships? Do you enjoy those?
Yes. So it depends on the sailing. So if you've done that particular sailing with that particular exact show, I don't necessarily think you need to see it every single time if you're lucky enough to go back on that cruise line again. But I definitely think they're worth just seeing. They're like Broadway. I mean, they're Broadway style shows right on the cruise liner. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing.
If you're into that kind of
If you're into the show kind of thing and singing and dancing and watching.
It's not your kind of thing.
Definitely not. See, so I enjoy those shows, but you know why I enjoy those shows?
The food, the snacks.
Everybody's at the show.
Oh.
The slide's open. Pool's a little less crowded. There's nobody getting a coffee or walking into the ships, and that's what I like to do. So I enjoy the shows, but not to watch the show.
Got it.
To be on the ship while you're watching the show.
Totally understandable. As an introvert that you are, I feel like that is the best answer.
But I do have to say, I'm not into shows of any kind.
Yeah, I know.
But
are you into this one?
Broadway shows, I mean, or parades and things like that. But I do have to say, the ones that Disney puts on these cruise ships are pretty impressive, considering how and where they have to do it.
Yeah, I get your point. It's for somebody, even if you don't think that's your thing, you kind of stay and watch, even though you think you don't want to, especially in the parks too.
Yeah, so there's 2 different shows. There's one that they do on the cruise deck, and then there's one they do in the auditorium. Mm-hmm. The ones on the deck are a little bit funny and goofier.
All right, well, this is all about Deadpool, which I'm still getting used to, and it's funny because...
Well, speaking of Deadpool,
yeah.
Did you see this is the next on the story.
Okay.
Did you see that it was the highest grossing rated R film ever?
I did see that. I am not surprised. I know a lot of people are talking about it. In fact, back to the D23, which Deadpool kind of crashed the party and showed up to pitch his own ideas for what he thought would be good additions for Walt Disney World.
What did he say?
Disney parks around the world, I should say. He just had some pretty out there ideas.
Of course he did.
Deadpool's Heck House, Logan's Run featuring Wolverine. He said something about a chimichanga. Did I say that right?
Yeah, chimichanga. Yeah, you did.
Okay, chimichanga chaser. Maybe. A lot of things. But yeah, it's supposed to be obviously a joke. So he's making his way. So I'm not surprised that this movie did so well. And it's so different than what we're used to. And I loved the little kind of nods to so many things.
Here's what I think. This says, so it's Deadpool and Wolverine becomes the highest grossing rated R film ever. My question is...
What's your question?
Is that adjusted for inflation? Because going to the movies now is way more expensive than it was.
It's a bazillion
20 years ago. 20 years ago, a movie was $4. Now it's $18 for a ticket to go to the movie. So, yeah, of course they make $1 billion. All 4 people got to go to the movie. You make $1 billion.
Not the way we go to the movies.
2 for Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday.
That's right.
That's the best way to do a movie. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but I liked not always a fan of Deadpool. Like, I wasn't really into it, but I actually kind of had fun for this movie. It's definitely for the older crowd. Don't even try to bring your young ones in there. Surprisingly, I did see some in the theater, but it's out there.
I think
funny.
this Deadpool was better than the first two, for me at least, because it does incorporate more Marvel into it. The first two did incorporate X-Men.
Yeah.
Which is Marvel too, but you know what I mean, like Disney's Marvel. This one incorporated more characters that you know of, and I think that it did a great job of that, and then telling the story of, like, you kind of see how Deadpool's going to be intertwined into the future Marvel movies, which I like.
Yeah. I like the comedy side of it too. It's like more lighthearted. It's a little raunchy, which I don't feel comfortable with always, but I do like the funny spin that he brings into the Disneyverse, which I always think is much needed and welcome. Like, we need a little laugh at yourself kind of vibe there. Producer Kevin Feige said that the secret to integrating Deadpool into Disney was to, quote, let Deadpool be Deadpool.
That's what they need to do with their movies. They need to let their movies be movies.
Yeah.
And, like, entertainment for people who want to escape. Like, because that's what movies are. That's what makes movies so good. It's like people go there to escape whatever's going on in their life for however long that movie is.
The acting, I gotta say, is like top notch.
In Deadpool?
Yeah. I was entertained by every single actor on there, even the day players.
Hugh Jackman's so good at Wolverine.
Yeah, no kidding. They're all just, he's really great.
So you're into movies, right?
I would.
Let me ask you this. So when Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, when he's in costume, like, I know you always tell me, like, sometimes when the camera angles at people, the person that you can't really see the face, you're like, oh, that's not the real actor he's talking to. That's somebody else standing in.
Like a stand-in, yeah.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds is, every time Deadpool has the mask on and he's talking, you think that's really Ryan Reynolds, or you think he kind of does that voiceover actor?
It's a good question. Maybe as a stunt double. Maybe that's the only time.
Like, if he's talking to the camera, he really has the mask on?
That's what I would guess.
Imagine if it's not. Imagine if, like, for the whole time he just does a voiceover, and the 10 minutes of the movie you actually see his face. You can. Oh, that's all he had to do for, like, in-person acting. Everything else was a voiceover.
Crazy. I would hope that the other person playing him would get paid the same, if not more salary. He's there more than.
So Deadpool and Wolverine, you not a huge fan of Deadpool, but you did. I made you to go see this, and you would like this one?
Loved it.
I thought it was
I
really
really
good
thought
too.
it was. I mean, again, it's different, you guys. Like, don't go into expectations with it being super Disney clean. It's very
no.
there.
Even the Avengers, like, the Avengers don't have any curse words or anything like that in them for the most part.
This was more than curse words.
Even Wolverine was swearing like every other word. But, like, you know, you that's why it's rated R, and that's what you expect with Deadpool. So I don't think that there's going to be a big surprise there.
True. The only thing I didn't love, and this is just me, is just, like, there's a lot of goriness that I don't. Yeah,
but you know what? It looked kind of fake. It wasn't, like, real. Sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, wow, that looked really real. Like, you could tell it was CGI. You could tell it was, like, comic book style gore.
That's a good point. I guess now that you say that, it kind of makes it more fun and lighthearted versus, disgusting.
Yeah, like when they're fighting, and obviously Deadpool uses swords and guns, and Wolverine has his claws. When they're like fighting, like, there's blood going everywhere, but it doesn't look like real blood, like in a horror movie.
I'd see it again.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really good movie.
Definitely a 2 for Tuesday thing.
All right, next one on the list here.
Okay, back to Disney Cruise Line, because they also announced something really cool that I love. You're basically a beautiful garden that's coming soon to the Disney Adventure, and they have the artist rendering online right now on the Disney Parks blog, which, by the way, this isn't part of our 5 things you need to know, but Disney Parks blog, I noticed that they just updated their website, and it has more of a retro theme going on.
It does. It's very clean, a little bit more organized than it was before.
I didn't notice that as much as I did as, like, the retroness of it, like the style, the font, and all that. So I'm digging it. I really like it. But this is going to be on board the Disney Adventure, Disney Cruise Line's new ship that's sailing out of Singapore in 2025.
Sorry about that.
Adding it in.
Yeah.
This is one of 7 uniquely themed areas coming to the Disney Adventure.
Well, should we play that video from Instagram?
You basically.
All right, let's go. Let's just play it.
Okay.
theory about this already.
What's that?
Did you see the balconies in the beginning? That the balconies facing inward?
Mm-hmm.
Balconies are a lot more expensive on a cruise than an indoor, right?
Right.
So now they have balcony. Who wants a balcony facing the middle of the ship?
Oh, that's a good point.
But now, if this atrium looks like this, you may want a balcony facing the middle of the ship.
Smart.
And now they get to charge more because there's more balconies.
A view, right? Room with the view. There
right?
you go.
Like you got now they can have both sides of the ship have balconies. So usually it's just the outside of the ship gets balconies, and then the interiors are interior rooms, which nobody wants.
Right.
But they're a lot cheaper.
I mean, I like them. They're cozy. So just don't disregard them. If that's preventing you from cruising because of the expense on a Disney cruise line, don't disregard those. Anyways, yes. So that's
my theory.
That is a good theory. And you're probably really right about that, obviously, because they're not just going to have that. And, other rooms going to be the same price. But this one, I mean, they got me because it makes me want to do it and stay because it's really pretty. And I guess there's going to be some Easter eggs from Disney, Pixar, and Marvel stories there too. So really cute, really colorful, really grand. And I just really love it. Really pretty.
It actually looks nice from the
artist rendering.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, not your thing again, but something you would appreciate for the right price.
I do like Disney Cruise Line though. I do still think Disney Cruise Line is one of the, I don't want to say better places to do Disney, but Disney Cruise Line still has that feel of what you expect from Disney. Like you have high expectations going on to a Disney cruise, and I feel like they live up to them still there.
That and I think what really surprised me the most about Disney Cruise Line is that it's a luxury cruise line that also speaks to my heart because it's a nice play on Disney. It's not in your face like you need to go there with kids. Like I love seeing like the Disney adults on there, and it's just like a fun group, and it's like sprinkled. So when you're walking through the hallways, you hear some kind of Disney music happening, and in the details of the ship, you'll see Walt Disney. And to me, that's what it's so beautiful, and I love that.
And I still enjoy the fact that Disney Cruise Line is pretty much all inclusive other than alcohol. But if you're someone like us who is like, all right, we don't drink, we want to go on a Disney cruise, have that experience, and you don't want to be like looking to get charged for everything you want to do on top of what you're on the cruise ship and what you already paid. It's like you kind of know when you go on a Disney cruise, everything's included.
And you get
for the most part.
Well, and you get that level of service without having to like almost feel like you need to tip more or what. Like you're getting that service no matter what, and it's like that's what's beautiful about it. Some like things like all inclusives, like some all inclusives are different. Some of them they'll treat you a little differently if you spend a little more. So you don't feel that way on the Disney Cruise Line. At least I don't. All right.
I love Disney Cruise Line. I still do think that. I wasn't sure if I was a cruiser the first time we went, but after our second cruise, I was like, you know what? I think I do like this.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Next item in the news. Well, what's happening in, it's Summerween. I was going to say what's happening in October.
It's August, so you know what's happening? It's Halloween at Disney.
It's Halloween, but, it's Summerween. It's a great time to start celebrating Halloween. Listen, I love Halloween all year long, so whatever. But this Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party kicked off just a few weeks ago, and it is going on select nights. It started August 9th, and it's going all the way through Halloween Day, October 31st at Magic Kingdom Park. And there has been some reviews on there. If you go onto TripAdvisor, it actually kind of surprised me. It's only showing as a 3-star on TripAdvisor, 3 out of 5 stars.
Like it says here, this one says from Antonio.
You're going to read reviews?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 11 reviews. I don't know if people are just not doing this right now. I mean, it's still early.
Right.
Yeah, it just started if you know. Okay.
This one says expensive, 2-hour plus wait for an attraction. Have you ever waited for 2 hours at an attraction on one of those parties, like the Halloween party or a Christmas party? Even unless it's like the first one, maybe.
Well, I think maybe is the attraction a character group meet and greet, because that would be
not to me.
Well,
that's not an attraction.
That would be something.
That's a detraction.
That would be a distraction. That would be something that I've seen 2 hours. I'm not surprised about that, but it doesn't really say. All right, let's see. All right, next review number. This is a 3. It says patience and a lot of it required, but that's from actually. Now that I'm looking at it, that is a 2023 review. So the most recent review on here is only 1 so far, and it's not a good one. But it says, "My Disney experience. Check-in is very terrible for groups. Not worth the hassle. Once checked in, it's a pretty It is a pretty park, though. Expect long waiting lines for rides.
That sounds like someone who's never been before.
Yeah.
It is a pretty park, though. No kidding.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I don't know. What do you? I like Disney Halloween party and Christmas party. I don't want to do it in August. I've heard things. We've had people that we know go last year for like the beginning couple in August, and they said it was so hot.
I don't mind that. I'm fine to go whenever. I don't care when we go. It's a great time.
I don't mind going to the parks when it's hot, but I can't get into Halloween when it's 97 degrees outside.
I think it's just you in general. You're not a Halloween fan, so it's kind of like, and don't take this the wrong way, but it's almost like you're just looking for the reasons not to go or like it as an excuse because you don't love Halloween as much as I think the rest of us.
No, because I like the villains party.
Yeah, but...
And I wanted to go to Oogie Boogie.
Uh-huh. So, what is it? You're just grumpy about it?
No, it's 97 degrees outside.
It was 97 degrees when we had the villains party that we went to. That was in, July or late June. It was 100 degrees.
Yeah, but I feel like the villains party is like not Halloween, even though it is Halloween-ish. Like, this is for Halloween. I can't get into the Halloween spirit.
So what you're saying is, like, you're from New England, you hate the cold, but for Halloween,
It's gotta be chilly.
You embrace it?
Yeah, like Christmas, right?
Okay.
Like, it would be weird if it's not like Christmas time if it was 104 degrees.
Not for me. It's like finally a chance where you can wear a costume. First of all, you can wear a costume in the parks.
I'm not doing that.
But also wear a costume that you can actually showcase. I mean, how many years of Halloween have we had our kids having to wear their winter jackets over their
That's very true.
Their costumes because there was it's October here. It could go either way. It could be kind of relatively mild or freezing and awful. So
well, we went last year. We went to the park during the day, not the Halloween party, and we seen people coming in, and it was hot. And you see some of these people in costumes, and I think to myself, how is that person going to survive all night in that costume with this heat?
Somebody I saw last time was in a full-blown Santa costume.
How do they do that?
And it was like velvet or fake whatever.
They always have ice packs like
they have
strapped to their bodies as they're walking through the park.
Something like that. All right. Well, the last thing you need to know, I guess, would be then just go listen to our podcast episode where we share the ultimate guide to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party of 2024.
We did a whole podcast about it. It's like an hour.
I think that's important for people that have been reviewing negatively on TripAdvisor or any other place because I think that maybe not knowing what to expect really doesn't help you out. And knowing what to expect, how to navigate crowds, what you can do to make it a personalized visit for yourself because all of us are different, even though this party is the same. For the most part, every year, it is you take it in differently based on what you want to experience. So if you really want to see characters, you have to have a certain strategy. If you want to see if the Headless Horseman and the unique characters and the parades is something that's really important to you, you're going to hit it at a different kind of angle. So I think that episode's really good. So take a listen to it.
And I like one of my favorite parts right here. We've shared on Instagram. I'm going to share it right now.
Okay.
I love the Halloween parade. I do have to say the Halloween parade is by far better. No, the Christmas parade's good, but the Halloween parade's better.
Forget the Villains Land that's coming to Magic Kingdom. I want Halloween Land. That's that song all year long. It's so much fun to me. It makes me want to go to the park so much just by listening to that.
Oh, speaking of t-shirts.
Oh,
did you speak of t-shirts?
I did not.
Oh, well, let's talk about the t-shirts here. Team Tonga t-shirts available over at clubutm.co. Also, this is one of the most popular t-shirts we have. It says, my heart says Polly, but my wallet says Pop.
You'll get a lot of attention at the parks with that.
We get a lot of attention, even over at Universal. People were laughing at that. Yes, I do wear it to Universal because I don't care. So.
No matter what I say, he'll wear it.
Yeah, so if you want to go to clubutm.co, check out all the merch we have over there and join Unlocking the Magic community.
Support the team.
Yeah, support the team. It's a lot of fun over there.
Any question of the show?
Question of the show.
What's that?
Is it too hot to have the Halloween party in August? Should the Halloween party start September 1st?
September 1st. It's still that hot in Central Florida. It does not get cool at any time.
It doesn't?
Not really.
Yeah, but August is too early. Why does Halloween get 3 months and Christmas only gets 2?
Because Halloween's better?
No, it's not.
Oh,
so
wrong answer.
September 1st should be the day.
Okay.
So September 1st. What should it start in August or September? Is August too early for the Halloween party? Question the show.
It should start January 1st and end December 31st.
Leave a comment with your answer below. As always, we're going to give away one t-shirt to somebody at random. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is leave a comment, and we'll pick a random person to give away a t-shirt of our choice, but your size.
There you go.
Right?
I like that.
So I want to surprise you. I want to be like, oh, like if you know what shirt you're getting, it's not a good surprise. But
True.
if like you don't know what shirt you're getting, and like you just open the package and like, oh my god, this is amazing. I got a Team Tonga shirt.
This is always what I wanted. I always wanted a Goblin Queen t-shirt.
Yeah. So leave a comment below. Question the show: is September too early for the Halloween party? Yes or no? And we'll pick a random winner when this episode comes out. Usually we'll give you about a week from the time this podcast goes live.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. See you right back here next week.
Bye, everybody.
Or tomorrow.
Oh.